Bitch,
you can relate with K and K.
On this episode, we're going to talk about friendships. How we became best friends.
Okay, so how we became best friends is the dodgy website called Craigslist. It's dodgy. It was Craigslist before Facebook?
Yeah, I think so.
It was before Facebook, wasn't it?
I think so.
Well, now, here's the thing, though. This is what I'm going to ask you. Hopefully it's not going off topic, but was Craigslist before... I can't even pronounce it. Was Craigslist before MySpace?
No, I don't think so.
So MySpace, Craigslist, Facebook.
I think that's how it goes. Don't get me wrong. It might be Craigslist, MySpace, then Facebook, but I'm not entirely sure. We'd have to research it to see. That's on our part. We didn't research it, but still, we met on Craigslist. Well, through Craigslist, because the story is that I needed a babysitter,
right,
and you were doing in-home daycare.
I was.
And my mom found you on Craigslist.
Yep.
And she told me to call you. And I was like, fuck that. I was like, I'm going to get murdered, Mom.
Feelings mutual, though. You know what I mean? It took me a while for me to pluck up the courage to post on Craigslist. That's all I'm saying. Have you ever seen that show, The Craigslist Killer?
No, but I
Bitch, watch it once and then try and post something on Craigslist. You'll be shaking a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
How many best friends do you think you can have?
How many best friends do I think? I think you can have as many as you want, to be honest with you. You don't. Who's to say you're just allowed one best friend? That's like kindergarten crap, isn't it? Really, you're my best friend. I'm your best friend. No,
you know what though? I mean? In school though, that's how it was though. Like I felt like in school. I mean, I had like 3-4 best friends, you know, but in school, I felt like if you had this one particular best friend that you were so tight with, you know, that another best friend would get jealous because you're not as close as that best friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they would start shit to basically try to divide that friendship.
Bitch, see, that's why I only ever had one best friend at a time.
Yeah.
One best friend at a time.
At a time.
At a time. It was one best friend at a time. Only one. And then when they did something to fucking rock the boat, piss me off, or we just weren't vibing anymore, you know, and then I was vibing with somebody else, it'll be like, okay, we're not best friends anymore. I'm your best friend. I had multiple best friends, but not all like a bunch of them at the same time. I had one, and then once it kind of, a bit like a relationship in a boyfriend and girlfriend.
Almost.
Apart from, it is kind of like that, isn't it? If you think about it.
Yeah.
Like you kind of drift apart and then you don't really have the same similarities anymore. So you all go your different way. Like, you know, what, your Tamagotchi. You know what I mean? Do you have a Tamagotchi? Yeah, you know those little things. Do you have a Tamagotchi? No, well, we can't be best friends anymore because we're just not into the same stuff. So I'm going to go over to her now, and we'll both like Tamagotchi, so we're going to be...
Tamagotchi friends.
Yeah, but when you get older, you can have many best friends. Like my sister, Margaret, she's best friends with Caroline. She's like family. Shout out to Caroline. She's like a family member anyway. But Caroline, let me tell you what, talking about how many best friends you can have, ask her. Spread all over the freaking world.
Wow.
Yeah, Margaret ain't jealous.
I can't have that many best friends.
No, I can't. It'll do my head in. But Margaret ain't jealous. She don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No. Caroline's all like, love you to every different one on Facebook. I'm like, how many?
She's a lover.
Friends? She's a lover. She's not a fighter. She's a lover, not a fighter.
So all of you guys that are listening, please subscribe and then comment on if you think you can have just one best friend or how many best friends you think you can have. And we will, you know, shout out to whoever comments on other episodes.
Yeah.
So friendship breaks. That's a topic. Like people that, like how you just said, I'm not your best friend. I'm going to be this best friend.
Yeah.
Do you think that friendship breaks should happen?
1000%. Because you know what? Sometimes doesn't mean that this is as you grow older and you're actually an adult and you can actually have solid friendships. You know what I mean? Not back in school days we're talking. But I actually do think it's okay to have breaks because sometimes you just get on each other's nerves. You're best friends to the point where you're like family, and just like family, you can get on each other's nerves, and sometimes you ain't always going to agree. Right. So here's the thing. If you as a best friend or any friendships can take a break and then after that come back and picked up right where you left off with no hard feelings, with no nothing, and be able to say, hey, listen, I just needed to take a time out. You know what I mean? And for you both to be like, I understand, I needed it too. and come out with that, then that's what true friendships are all about.
Correct. Yeah.
I think
totally.
breaks are perfect. Even in like relationships, breaks are
Yeah.
perfect. But I'm going to ask you this. Do you think it's healthy or okay to take breaks? You personally, what do you think?
I personally think it's healthy, only because I feel like if things happen in a friendship that annoy you or piss you off, or, you know, you can't help but say what you want to say, you know, because you
Yeah.
might upset that person.
Yeah.
And you take a step back and you rethink. And like you said, if you can come together and basically it's not starting over, but you're starting where it left off
Yeah.
with no problems, I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy because it makes the friendship a lot stronger, because you know damn well that even no matter what, how many breaks you take,
Yeah.
you're always going to have that person there when you come back.
1,000%.
You know what I mean?
1,000%. Couldn't agree more.
So similarities. What do you think in similarities?
What does that mean, though? I mean, similarities, like, we have similar dress sense? Is that what you're talking?
Wait a minute, what did you just say?
Like, similarities, is that like you have the same dress sense?
Well, yeah, but
Like similar music, we got similar taste in music, we have similar taste in dress sense.
For all you listeners out there, has like your bestie or besties gone through like the same thing in life? You know, like similarities.
oh,
like
shit.
So for like you and I, like right now, for our listeners that don't, you know, that
now it
don't
makes
know
sense,
us, yeah. To give you just a quick rundown, like Michaela has 3 kids to a previous marriage, and now she has a baby on the way, but she also has another child with her marriage now.
Yeah.
I have 3 children. So our oldest, we're going through the same thing, because
Same
the
age.
oldest
Yeah.
want to live with their fathers.
Yeah, teenagers.
They don't. And ironically, for our listeners, you guys don't know this, but funny thing is like after we became really close friends,
Right.
we found out our oldest are exactly a year apart. They were born on the same day.
Same day, a year apart. Nuts.
Yeah. So similarities, like things like that, like what you and your bestie go through.
See, can you tell that Monday is only today and I'm already losing the plot? Because you asked me a question like that about similarities, and I'm like, what you mean, like similar taste in music and similar taste in clothes? No, bitch, similarities in this, like in life. Okay, I get you now. But yeah, no, yeah, come, if you guys subscribe and listen, come and tell us about your similarities, because we have quite a few.
Yeah, we
have
do.
quite a few.
Yeah, like our one similarity that we really like is, which we'll get into like specifics like later, but is our ghost hunts.
Oh, we love ghost hunting.
We love ghost hunts.
Who you gonna call? Hey, Kay! I'm serious. Like, we love the ghost hunting. I have a very...
Now
here.
Those ghost episodes will probably be a couple times, because there's just so much to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. What do you think we have as a bond?
As a bond?
Yeah.
Okay, what we have as a bond? What we have as a bond is basically we can relate.
Yeah.
That's everything. A bond. Like, honestly, I can go through, you know what, come to think about it, we go through so much similar stuff, similarities, and we go through so much stuff that it brings us close together.
Yes.
We bond through it.
Yes.
Because it's so similar. So we bond in everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we do.
From relationships, from being a parent, from the tough teenage years, from, we go through it around the same time, and if not the same time, then usually 9 times out of 10, I'm like about a month ahead of you.
Yeah.
So then I could be like, oh, bitch, I've been dealing with it for a month.
And what's cool about it, though, is because of whether we're going together, like we're going through it together at the same time, or like you're a month ahead or I'm a month ahead on any kind of thing. It's like we give each other advice. Like, listen, I just went through this. Yeah. Like, this is what's going to happen. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah. 1,000% agree.
So, for all you guys that are listening, just please subscribe on any favorite podcast platform that you like to listen to, and
listen to us and speak to us. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. But I'm going to warn you now, don't be surprised that whatever you give out, if it's a, a weird question or whatever, please do. We accept those, but you may get a weird answer back. You know what I mean? We are brutal, we are honest, we are funny. Are we intelligent?
I think we're intelligent.
I like to think we're intelligent.
You ask if we're intelligent. I think we're
so.
intelligent.
Yeah, I think
Us
so.
two together, though, some people think that we're not intelligent.
Yeah, because
we have some blonde moments.
We do. Well, actually, I've got.
But the thing about Michaela, though, is like, if you guys that don't know yet and you can't tell, is that Michaela's British. So
hello, my lovers. How are you doing?
So, like, sometimes when you say things, I'm like, huh?
You ain't gonna understand. Most people might understand.
Yeah, but we do have an episode coming soon that's about languages, and we will get into the depth of like how what's different with American language and British American, like British, language.
We'll get to the nitty gritty of it all. You will get the backstory, the middle story, the end story. You'll get the whole story.
Yep.
Coming soon.
I don't know what episode it'll be, but I mean,
we've
had a lot. This took a long time.
It did. It really did. It's not. You know what? Let me tell you something. It ain't just about making a podcast, like talking into a microphone. You know what I mean? There's a lot more to. Excuse me. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
And thank God for Haley researching and being the brains, because I'm like, bitch, you know what? And that's all I had to do to her, and she did the rest. Pretty much, right?
Well, you pretty much didn't really know. I mean, I kind of knew from listening to other podcasts,
right?
But you have to do that. You have to, if you want it successful, you have to research it, right?
And you know what I think?
And I don't know. Here's on the topic of friendships.
What?
Like, how many podcasts do you think a lot of people that are best friends that do?
How many in what? A week?
No, like how many podcasts? Like just a podcast. You know what I mean? Like that are best friends that are doing it. Like this is our podcast,
right? Oh, so how many best friends as pairs have come out with podcasts of their own?
Yeah,
quite a lot. Oh my God, yeah. I reckon, right? Please don't think it's as me. What's the word? I forgot it. I'll tell you if I think of it.
She's pregnant.
But pregnancy brain ain't even no joke, man. But no, honestly, I think there's more. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I think there's more females that do this together than there are males doing it together. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to get slammed. Please feel free to ask questions about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Give me the statistics.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But I feel like maybe it's the majority of it is females, if it's like that.
I think so too, because, when I was researching it, a lot of people were females. I think I only came across one that was two guys. I can't even remember their names, but it was like their names and it said unfiltered.
They were that good, you can't remember their names. See, that's what, point taken. Point taken. Can't remember the names, but, point taken.
I think one name was Keith or something. I just seen
now you're just pulling names out your arse, Haley, just to cover up yourself. You're just pulling it out your arse now.
I will follow up on these listeners and I will tell them what podcast I listen to. But I will tell you, for all you listeners out there, it was kind of boring. So, and I don't even know how they got 8 seasons.
8 seasons? Really? And you said they were boring?
Yeah.
Are you sure they were boring?
They were boring.
What did they talk about?
Stupid shit.
Like what?
I mean, we talk about probably stupid. We'll talk about
We don't talk about stupid shit.
Nah. We talk about stuff you can relate to.
You got it, girl. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. There ain't no stupid shit on this podcast. It's relatable, bitch.
Okay, bitch. Listen, we love to call each other bitch, okay? That's how our relationship is. Yeah. We always call each other bitch. It doesn't matter. I remember when I first met Matt, well, not first met Matt, but when Matt and I got back together and we were calling each other bitch.
He didn't quite understand it,
no,
did he?
He was like, why does she call you a bitch?
Like, that's like so rude and offensive.
Yeah, he was like, you didn't do anything mean to her. I was like,
is that what he said?
Yeah, and I was like, that's just our friendship. We just call each other bitch.
And you know what? Back to the friendship conversation, the topic of it, that's bonding.
Yeah.
Calling each other bitch is actually bonding.
Yeah. You know what, though? My other friendships, like growing up, I don't think I've ever was like that close to be like, bitch.
Oh, no, I have one.
I mean, there was times where, like, when we went out and partied and got drunk, and I was like, listen, bitch. You know what I mean? But I don't think I was like, bitch, or hey, bitch. Like,
well, topic of the how many best friends can you have? I've got one that I call Some bitch, some bitch. Then I've got another one. She calls me some bitch too. But in right sounds like that too. And then I got another one all the way over in England where Linda loves you, bitch. Which it's off a television programme over there. Like anyone in England, if they're listening to me and I go, Linda loves you, bitch, they're gonna know exactly what skit that's coming from.
Really? What show is it?
It's put me on the spot, Hayley, with my pregnancy brain. They will know exactly what it is, but it's Harry Enfield. And the other one is Harry Enfield Show. That's what it is. It's the Harry Enfield Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a talk show?
No, it's a skit. It's a comedy sketch, and it's
so it's
funny
kind of
as
like
shit.
Saturday Night Live.
Well, yeah. If you hear someone turn around and say "Linda loves you, bitch," it's a comedy sketch.
Oh, okay.
So I've got one there that says "Some bitch." I got one there that says "Linda loves you, bitch," and then I got you, bitch. Like honestly, my true friendships end in bitch.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's
you
just
just
perfect.
love the word bitch.
I love the word bitch. And I'm being from England. We
Do
don't
you
take
guys
offense.
you guys always use the word bitch over there?
I'm not sure. Like I'm the most. I don't know. You know what?
You're just more open, and
I'm very much open. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of in England. Like we won't delve too much into like the differences because we're going to do that on another podcast. But in England, we don't get offended much. Like if you go up to someone and say, "All right, dickhead."
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You can go up and be like, all right, gobshite, all right, dickhead. Like, you know what I mean? We don't take offence to that.
Americans get offended so bad.
Well, sure, you guys are ready to fight.
Yeah.
But over in England, you can...
Take my earring,
Yes,
bitch.
exactly. But in England, you can be like, all right, knobhead.
Not bad.
Yeah, all right, geezer, all right, dickhead. What's, your melon, your toss pot, There's so many...
I can't wait until we start the episode of language because all those stuff that you just said right there, and these listeners, they were like, what the fuck's a no bed?
Yeah, no bed, a no bed. Listen, I'm going to tell you this now. What you just said, a no bed, is somebody not wanting to go to bed. Now, a no bed... is actually the same as a dickhead. Okay, but a no bed is definitely not even in what we even say to anybody. So just never go to England and never say what's up, no bed, because they're gonna say, what are you talking about a bed for?
Have you ever had friendships that like I guess you would say like would always have your back? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah,
like
even okay, like let me back it up. Like, have you ever had a friend that always fought your battles?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Her name was Mandy. She's like a sister. She's over in England. Listen, I'll tell you something now. That bitch got picked up and thrown across the floor because of me. Now, I never said, hey, pick her up and throw her across the floor. What happened was we were in a nightclub, and for some reason, every time me and Mandy went nightclubbing, somebody wanted to beat the shit out of us. 9 times out of 10, it was always me first and then Mandy later. So basically what happened to Mandy was somebody started on me in a nightclub. We went outside, me and this lady fought, and then it went from the beach, was it the beach nightclub at the time? Yeah, the beach nightclub, all the way around the corner into town, and the woman who was with other friends were getting involved, and this man, straight up, I'm not even joking, right? I remember fighting this female who wanted a piece of me because she thought me and Mandy were lesbians. That's why she thought me and Mandy were lesbians.
So she was offensive.
She was offended. Yeah, for some reason. Me and Mandy, if that's the way you go, that's the way you go. But she thought me and Mandy were lesbians. And anyway, so long story short, I see Mandy get picked up and fucking thrown down the street like she was a bowling ball and there just weren't any pins. You know what I mean? And we woke up the next day and we were like, what the fuck was that all about? Funny story though, we end up going to Mandy's friend's Yvonne's house and we're sitting there with Yvonne and we turn around to Yvonne and Mandy starts telling Yvonne what happened.
Yeah.
Yvonne turned around and went, stop. My friend just told me what happened to her last night and that sounds exactly the same as what you're telling me, and it's because she thought you two were lesbians. She got on the phone to the woman, she said, by the way, you've got it so wrong. Mandy is far from a lesbian.
So it was her friend.
It was her friend. Me and Mandy were cracking up.
Why would she get so offended? Does she hate lesbians?
No, she was drunk.
She
was drunk. She was one of those that got too intoxicated to the point where she didn't like the look of me. She thought me and Mandy were lesbians for some reason because apparently you can't go to a nightclub and be just stuck with your best friend. You have to go out and be a slut and be around men, apparently. Some people think that, which me and Mandy never were. It was always me and her in a corner drinking lager and black, whatever was the cheapest fucking thing to get drunk on that night. And we wouldn't even bother with any men because we didn't need to bother with any men.
Right.
But she seen that as a little bit suspicious. And then she made a beeline for me.
drunk people.
Yeah, but she always had my back, like the fights and everything like that. And I've had her back too. When we were in Plymouth, there was someone who wanted to beat the ever-living daylights out of it. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, here we go again. You know what I mean? Here we go, you know. But we got used to it. But yeah, we fought each other's battles. Like, literally fought each other's battles.
Oh, my. All right, so these episodes, we're going to try to have them longer as we go. Because we're just starting out.
Just starting.
You know? And
we're only babies.
There is going to be episodes that we are really going to get into depth with. And
nitty gritty.
There's going to be some short, episodes, but...
There's going to be some real life episodes too.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to let you guys know about it. See if you can relate.
Yeah.
You know, because we go through struggles in life. Not everything's peachy keen, you know. We just drove past the gas station, aka a petrol station, if you're listening for my listeners in England. $9.99.
Yeah, listen. Okay, so for all these listeners, I was driving because Michaela had to have like a custody hearing kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like to drive. We call it in the port, which is Williamsport. And so I was driving. And
very badly.
We had... She thinks I drive bad, but I
no,
don't
it was
really
very
drive
bad. Well, listen, if your hand's on the wheel, I'm sorry, who the fuck's driving? Because it ain't you. Okay, so, she thinks I'm a bad driver. No, I'm pretty sure you are at that precise moment. When no one's steering.
But she almost freaked out because we passed this gas station and it said $9.99 for gas. And I was like, that says $9.99. She's like, yeah, it says $9.99. And I had my head turned. She's like, whoa, bitch,
yeah,
whoa.
Because she was that shocked. She was veering off the fucking highway. I'm like, listen, I get it's expensive because it shocked me too. But when you're driving, you just got to drive. You can't be like that, Haley. You got people in your car, you got people's lives in your car.
I'm not like that all the time.
Well, I'm telling you something now. You better not be, because I'm not getting in another car with you if you drive like that again. And if you want to eat something, bitch, you eat it and then we drive. Because I'm getting too old for that shit. I can't. Unless you've got both hands on the wheel, then we're not cool at being in the same car with you driving.
See, this is why I love the friendship, because you always are totally honest. Just like, remember that time? When you first, like, Michaela doesn't really like to drive certain places. So the one time where she was living, I made her drive from there to Walmart.
Oh, that was the worst.
She had
that was the worst.
Pretty much a panic attack.
I did have a panic attack.
But you did pretty good, honestly, for driving for the first time, going from where you live to Walmart on the highway, because she doesn't drive highways.
I don't.
She does back roads.
Yeah.
She hates driving
and that's
the highway.
A real fear. Like, I'm not the only one that's like that. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but highways scare the ever-living crap out of me. And I get, like, anxiety, very bad anxiety.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe in a past life, something happened on a highway that...
It might have.
I believe in all that past life shit. I'm telling you something. I believe in past lives. I believe I was a supermodel and I was rich as shit in my last one. And I decided to come back and just be fucking broke and, dealing with bullshit.
You're funny.
It's true, but no, I just can't do highways. I can't, and I'm very happy that if it's a place where I need to go, which does highways, that you're willing to, do that for me. But like I said, it's been a while since I've been in the car with you, and I wasn't very happy, Haley.
Well, listen, it's been a while since I drove an SUV. Honest to God.
Well, then you shouldn't take both your hands off the wheel.
But I do that all the time. I drive with one hand. I think it's because for the longest time, like almost a year now, my right hand, which is my dominant hand, it gets numb. So I drive with my left hand.
So you just take your right hand off, like it's fucking done with, like, it's numb.
Because
what's the point?
Hurts. It hurts really bad, like when it goes numb. So, which I think that's why...
Well, it's not completely numb then if it hurts. You've still got a bit of feeling in there. So you need to put your hand on the fucking wheel and deal with it.
I can't.
You have to. Listen, you have to, because I'm telling you something now. I think to myself all the time, whoever passed me on my driving test is stupid. Right?
Why?
Oh, 1,000%.
Matt, when he took his driver's test, my mom and I were watching him, and up here, okay, where we live, like when you do your parallel parking, you can only do it one time. I know. And if you don't do it right, you fail. Yeah. Okay.
I failed 3 times doing
parallel
parallel
parking. So we went to a different town, okay, that was like an hour away.
Yeah.
And he did his parallel parking, and we were standing there watching, and my mom and I were like, oh, he failed big time. This motherfucker got
Did he
to
pass?
He got to do it 4 times.
No, they don't let you do that. It's one time done.
Right? Nope, not this one. This one.
I
He
failed
did it
all
4
3.
times. He did it 4 times.
Well, lucky him.
And
He
he
must
came
have got
back-
someone really nice.
Yeah, he came back and he's like, I passed. And I was like, how? I said, because that parallel parking, you fucked up big time. And he was like, no, she let me practice a couple times. And then when I said I was good, that's when she tested me.
Well, he got someone really nice there, because I can tell you the first ever time that I took my driver's test was in Lehighton, right? And it was very embarrassing, because you know they have cones at the back and you got to reverse out, and then this was before you even get on the road. I was pulling out my spot, and the mirror on the side of the
Rear view mirror?
is that what
Side
it's called?
mirror?
Side mirror. There you go. Because the rear view mirror is inside the fucking car.
Yeah,
So I
side
know
mirror.
that much. But basically, no, I hit the cone and I failed. Short story, but I hit the cone and I failed. So I failed that time, and then I failed another time, and then I failed another time.
Well, you know how I failed?
What?
I didn't stop at all the stop signs.
Ooh, was you a rolling stop?
Yeah.
Or did you just like drive way
No,
past
I
it?
rolled and stopped.
Yeah, that's not good, because they'll fail you on that.
Yeah.
They're very... But I managed to... I passed the 4th time, and even now sometimes I have to ask, like, you or Garrett, like, can I make a right on red? And then he's like, yeah, babe, as long as there's no oncoming...
Sign.
Yeah.
No sign.
No,
Yeah.
no sign. And I think to myself, like, I shouldn't be driving.
Yeah.
But then I'm driving. Like, I am a good driver. I'm just not on highways. And
But you know what? You really do need to learn. Because for all of our listeners out there, which it's funny because I just went to a doctor's appointment and they measured me and it said 5'4".
they measured you with shoes on,
But-
Haley. I'm not going to go over this again.
Okay, but
and
listen.
they truly did measure you with shoes on,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Right, that's wrong.
Okay, but listen. So my story is that like I'm technically 5'2". Michaela's 5'1". Okay, she doesn't think I'm 5'2", but I'm 5'2". She's
Sure as shit ain't 5'4".
She's 5'1". So she sits so goddamn close to the steering wheel.
I have to, because I am short. I have short legs.
But we're 1 inch. 1 inch.
Bitch, it don't matter. Some people will just like
And
to...
I sit back.
Yeah, because maybe you just like to cruise
No.
and do all that.
Like what? Like lean back cruise?
Yeah,
No.
lean back. Yeah, me, I'm like up straight. I'm like this. I'm close to
You
the
know what you
wheels.
remind me of when you drive?
What?
Like one of those old people that are really close and their arms look like T-Rex on the steering wheel.
Oh, wow. Well, I tell you what, I guarantee for our listeners and subscribers, please feel free to write in and debunk what she just said, because like 1000%, there's more of us out there, Haley.
I know there is, but you know what? That's going to kill you. That's going to crush your lungs and kill you when that airbag deploys.
But I can't help it because I need to touch the
then you know what you
pedals.
need?
No, I'm not getting fucking feet extensions. It's bad enough me driving, Haley. I'm not trying to figure out fucking feet extensions.
Why?
Because I'm not a midget. I'm just
Well-
5'1" and I like to be close to the fucking steering wheel. I'm not a midget that I need leg extensions. Fuck off with the leg extensions. Dude. Listen, at least I drive with both hands on the wheel. You know what I mean? There ain't no crashing and being like this and getting my lungs, you know. For you, though, I don't know, missus. No hands, no hands.
It's called multitasking.
Is it bullshit called multitasking? Multitasking my arse.
All right. We are going to end this episode.
Yeah.
And
What a fun episode that was.
Yeah, it
I enjoyed
was.
that. We
Yeah.
might have gone a little bit off topic, but hey ho. This is
just-
not scripted, so at the
No.
end of the day, if we go off topic, then we go off topic.
Yeah. And we just hope all you listeners out there that, you know, you can relate to us.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, like we said, what subject it is, like, or topic, whatever. It's just us to talk about issues that we go through,
Yeah.
what we think our listeners probably go through.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you subscribe on, like we said, your favorite podcast, and, you know, platform, and subscribe to us, and I know we'll be posting on Spotify.
We will.
And that's the big one we'll be posting on. It's mainly Spotify. So you can go on Spotify and you can find us, and like we said, hey bitch,
Hey bitch.
you can relate
With Hey and Kay.